Welcome back to another absolute nerd fest of a quiz. This time I'm taking on the United Kingdom, and it's going to be a little bit different from last time because this time I'm not doing one absolutely humongous quiz. I'm doing lots of different quizzes covering various topics, everything from counties to lakes and rivers, cities and towns, some civil parishes even, and flags. Also, the London Tube map, for good measure. Like last time, I will be filming this from another angle as well to prove that I'm not cheating because I am doing all of this from memory. And I'm also doing it in one take, which is quite difficult when you have this many quizzes. So I've had to prepare everything very carefully and hope that nothing goes wrong. And I like to believe I've prepared a beautiful symphony of quizzes where the order seems kind of logical and yeah. If you want, you're free to just jump to any section you want. I'll put up some timestamps. But if you want to just come on a little nerdy journey with me, that's also fine. So without any further ado, let's jump into quiz number 1. So quiz number 1 it's called the first level administrative divisions of the UK, I believe. And that's a little bit tricky because the structure of UK local government is not uniform. Okay, so it's kind of hard to say what the first level is. But technically, like the overseas territories aren't actually part of the United Kingdom itself. It's something like the possessions of the British Crown or something. But anyway, this quiz contains the constituent countries, crown dependencies, and the overseas territories. So let's get started. We start with England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Isle of Man, Jersey, and Guernsey. We then have Gibraltar and Akrotiri and Deucalion. Then we do Bermuda, Turks and Caicos Islands, Cayman Islands, Anguilla, British Virgin Islands, Montserrat. And all the way out here, we have the very isolated Pitcairn Islands. And down here, we have the Falkland Islands. And look, I'm not, I don't want to cause any, controversy or whatever. It's considered British because the Brits have controlled it for a long time, but Argentina does claim it. I'm just doing the quiz, guys. Okay. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. And the big blob is St. Helena, Ascension, and Tristan da Cunha. So it consists of many different islands. And lastly, and also rather controversially, we have the British Indian Ocean Territory, also abbreviated by BIOT. A bit controversial because the Chagos Archipelago, didn't used to be very British, and the Chagosians were forcibly removed, and the people are now calling for them to get it back, which I must say I kind of agree with. So, but it is what it is, and those were the first level divisions, if you accept that definition. Okay, we're moving on to the quiz looks very simple, and it is, but I wanted to use this opportunity to kind of clear up some concepts or some groupings of different terms and stuff. So I've heard people wondering what the difference is between Great Britain and the UK, for example. So let's clear all of that stuff out. Clear out? Make it clear. So Great Britain is the biggest island. It's this mega landmass. On it, we have England, Scotland, and Wales. And, many people, when they say Great Britain, I think they kind of refer to these 3 countries. Technically, it's just the main landmass. These other islands that belong to Scotland aren't part of Great Britain, but, it is what it is. Then we got the island of Ireland. So that's also an island, but on it, we have the country of Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. We have the Republic of Ireland, which is a sovereign state. So, though that's that, and we can move on to now show you what the UK is. So, the UK consists of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. That's it. Crown dependencies aren't technically part of the United Kingdom itself, neither are the overseas territories. This is the United Kingdom. Okay? And then we can explain, perhaps, I say we as if there's more than me here, but I can explain to you what the Crown dependencies are. They are Isle of Man, the Bailiwick of Jersey, and the Bailiwick of Guernsey. And the two at the bottom, Jersey and Guernsey, they're also known as the Channel Islands because, well, they're in the English Channel, right? So those were the Crown dependencies. Quite simple stuff, really. But then we come to another term, which is the British Isles, which I'm sure many of you have heard. The British Isles, that's the most inclusive term, really, and most people take that to include all of this that you're seeing right now. So England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Isle of Man. But I think if you were to be really pedantic about it, you would not include the Channel Islands in this definition. But I think most people use it to just mean all of this. It's also not entirely uncontroversial, this term, because on the Republic of Ireland, you may not want to refer to this whole group as British, because, you know, Irish, separate identity, all that stuff. So there's another term, Britain and Ireland, which may be preferred. But many people take this British Isles to also include Jersey and Guernsey. And then there's one more that I want to explain, and that's the British Islands. And I think that's kind of a legally defined term, defined in the Interpretation Act of something. An Interpretation Act. Anyway, I think it was... It doesn't matter. It consists of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, Isle of Man, Jersey, and Guernsey, but not the Republic of Ireland. So these are the British Islands. So it's very confusing. Great Britain, United Kingdom, British Isles, British Islands. And yes, the island of Ireland also contains Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland. So it is what it is. Not made any easier by the Olympics, where you've got Great Britain and Northern Ireland, where if you're from Northern Ireland, you can choose to compete for both. And anyway, but these are the most official definitions that I've laid out here. So now you know. Okay, let's get into some more serious quizzing. We're going to start with the 50, not start, but we continue with the 50 biggest islands of the United Kingdom. And Scotland has so many that I'm not going to do them in this quiz. There's a separate quiz after this one that has 100 Scottish islands, but this one has, as I just explained, Great Britain, you see, one big fat landmass. We have Ireland, then we have Isle of Man, we have Anglesey, which belongs to Wales, and there's also Holy Island that belongs to Wales. We have Isle of Wight, we have Portsea Island. Let's actually zoom in a little. Portsea Island, Hayling Island, and then we have the hilariously named Foulness Island and the Isle of Sheppey. And those are the only islands that made it into the top 50 that aren't either Scottish or, well, Irish, because we're not doing a Republic of Ireland. Honourable mention, Rathlin Island, Northern Ireland, is the biggest island of Northern Ireland. It's a civil parish as well. But yeah, let's move on to some more serious stuff, like the 100 biggest islands of Scotland. Okay, I feel like I'm stressing. I don't need to stress. We're going to be here for a long time, regardless of what I do. So we got Cumbria, Greater Cumbria, and Great and Little Cumbria. When I type in Cumbria, it's going to activate them both. It's one of those generous quizzes, for better or worse. Bute, we have Inchmarnock, Arran, and another Holy Isle. Then we have Gia, we have Isla, Jura, Hollandsey, Oronsey. Many of these end with S-A-Y, say, or C, and it's a bit inconsistent how you pronounce it, and I'm sure I'm going to get that wrong a lot. We have Dana, Scarba, Lunga, Ling, Seal, Let's do that one. We have Herrera, Lismore, Eriska, Shuna, Isle of Mull. We have Olva, Gormetra, Iona, Iree, Cole, Ellen, Shauna, Canna, Rum, Egg, Isle of Muck, and spell it like this. I've heard Soa. I'm not sure. Okay. And most people have heard of this one. It's the Isle of Skye. But we also have Scalpe, of which there are two, which will both be visible in this view. Scalpe. Raze, South Rona. Moving up to the big Lewis and Harris. The main landmass is called Lewis and Harris. So Lewis and Harris there. Great Bernera. Seaforth Island. Scarp. Tarensay. Berneray. Pabe. And here I don't know if I should say Pabi or Pabe, but it is what it is. We have Herta, the biggest island of the archipelago of St. Kilda. And then we come to these. We got the Uists, North and South Uist. Both are going to activate when I type in Uist. Benbecula. We got Valet and Wire, I think that's pronounced. And then we have Ronnie, Belshare, and no, it's not Gary, because everything's named Gary something, but not this one. Grinzy. Yes. Then we have Eriskay and Barra, Vatasay, Sandray, and Mingule. And here, are these the inner Hebrides? I think so. Well, some of them. It's not all of them. So Handa, Hanaramor, and Isle of U. Moving on, we come to Shetland, where we have, first of all, this lonely little Fair Isle. There's a great YouTube video you should check out about a guy who lives on Fair Isle. Very interesting. Then we have Unst, Yell, Fettler, Haskasay. And I think the local pronunciations for these are actually Walser and Bresser. Can't remember where I heard that, but I have heard it. Nos. And when I type in mainland, it's going to fill in mainland Shetland and mainland Orkney. We have a Muckle Row, Bementry, Papa Stour, Vila and Fula. We have East and West Borough. Both are going to be completed when I type in Borough. And Trondra. And here we have Sandry. Sorry, Sanday. North and South Ronaldsea. Shapinsay. Stronsea. Ed and Calf of Ed. Both are completed when I type in Ed. Same for Westry and Papa Westry. We have Wire. Rousey. Egglesea. Garesea. Grahamsea. Hoy. Stroma. Walls. I've heard a different pronunciation for that one, so correct me if that's just wrong. Barra, Flotter, and Burray. Or Burra. Not sure how to pronounce it, but there you go. That was the 100 biggest islands of Scotland. So let's move on, and we're now going to start getting into some subdivision type stuff. So first we're going to start out with the council areas of Scotland. So these are the current areas used for local government or for administrative purposes in Scotland. I just refreshed there to restart the timer. Okay, Highland, and then like the Outer Hebrides and stuff have this name. I think it's Nahelen and Sheer. I think that means the Western Isles. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. We have Orkney and Shetland here separately. Then we have Murray, Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire, Angus, Dundee, Perth, and Kinross, Fife, Clackmannanshire, Stirling, Argyll and Bute, South Ayrshire, North Ayrshire, East Ayrshire, Inverclyde, Renfrewshire, East Renfrewshire, Glasgow, West Dunbartonshire, East Dunbartonshire. We have North Lanarkshire, South Lanarkshire, Falkirk, West Lothian, Edinburgh, Mid Lothian, East Lothian, Scottish Borders, and Dumfries and Galloway. Those were the council areas of Scotland. Okay, moving on. I thought it would also be fun to do the historic counties of Scotland. They're no longer used for administrative purposes, but they still exist, and I think there might be people who identify more with these areas than the current ones. I mean, many of them are the same pretty much, but there are also some unique ones. But anyway, Shetland and Orkney were separate there as well. Then we have Caithness, Sutherland, Ross and Cromarty, Inverness-shire, Nairnshire, Murray, Banffshire, Aberdeenshire, Kincardineshire, Angus, and then Perth and Kinross separately, Fife, Clackmannanshire, Stirling, West Lothian, Mid Lothian, East Lothian. As you can see, no Edinburgh here. Then we have Berwickshire, Roxburghshire, Peeblesshire, Selkirk, Dumfriesshire, Kirkcudbrightshire, and Wigtonshire. Then we have Ayrshire, just one Ayrshire, and just one Lanarkshire. We have Renfrewshire, same thing there, and same with Dunbartonshire. And Argyll and Bute were separate. So those were the historic counties of Scotland. Yeah. Moving on now then to Northern Ireland, and we're going to start at the highest level with the counties. On the island of Ireland, there are, I believe, 32 counties, 26 in Republic of Ireland and 6 in Ireland. They are County Tyrone, Fermanagh, Armagh, Down, Antrim, and Derry. So that's simple enough. But then we move on to I think these were known as the district council areas, and these were abolished in 2015, but that's still relatively recent, so I thought I'd include them. So yeah, district council areas, these used to be the areas for local government, but they are no longer. Anyway, they are Derry, Strabane, Omagh, Fermanagh, Dungannon and South Tyrone, Magherafelt, Cookstown, Limavady, Coleraine, Moyle, Ballymoney, Ballymena, Larne, Carrickfergus, Newton Abbey. Is it Newton Abbey or Newtown Abbey? Surely it's Newton Abbey, but I'm actually not sure. Antrim, Belfast, North Down, Ards, Down, Castlereagh, Banbridge, Lisbon, Craigavon, Armagh, Newry, and Morn. But like I said, these existed until 2015, where they were replaced by, the local government districts instead. And as you can probably tell by the names I'm about to type, a lot of the district council areas were just merged. So, for example, instead of Derry and Strabane separately, we now have Derry and Strabane. Then we have Fermanagh and Omagh, Mid-Ulster, Causeway, Coast and Glens, Mid and East Antrim, Antrim and Newton Abbey. We have Belfast, Lisburn and Castlereagh. Castlereagh. Ards and North Down. The Ards Peninsula looks a bit chunky here. Newry, Morn, and Down. So you can see merged with Down there. Armagh City, Banbridge, and Craigavon. Right. And then we go one step further. Here are the civil parishes of Northern Ireland. Not really used for much these days. I just thought it'd be fun to memorize them. And I think they still have some role in old documents to like determine. I can't remember, but in some niche circumstances, they are still relevant, but not really used much today and probably will decrease further in significance. Anyway, we have McGilligan, Dunbow, Fomoyle, Ballyagran, Ballywillen, Ballyrashane, Coleraine, Kildollar, Killowen, Macoskin, Agivy, Ahadui, Kilray. Let's see. We have some of them have overlapping names. So when I type in Tamlat or Tamlacht, I don't know how to say these. These are really difficult actually. We get Tamlat and Tamlat Finlagan and Tamlat O'Crilly. So check this out. There we go. Then we have Aganlu, Drumakos, Bolte, I would guess, if they're consistent. Carrick, Boviva, I think. And then Bohan Vale. I never know with the GH, by the way. It could be H or H. We have Templemore, Clondermot, and we have Cumber Upper and Cumber Lower. Both are going to activate when I tap in Cumber. Then we have Learmount, Banagher. What's that one again? We got Errigal, which will also activate Errigal Keyrogue and Errigal Trough. Then we have Kilala, or Kilala. We have Desert Hill. We have Mahara Felt, Dungiven, Ballina Screen, Kilcronahan, Desert Lynn, Termonini, Desert Martin. We have a Ballyscullion, but typing it will also activate Grange of Ballyscullion. We have our Tray, perhaps. Our Bow. Ballinderry. Derry Lauren. And Listen. So that was County Derry. Then we move on to County Tyrone, where we have Donaghedy, Bodoni Upper and Bodoni Lower, Kildress, Desert Crete, Pomeroy, I don't know how to say that one, sorry. We have Donnermore, Carnteal, Killishill, I don't know. Termon Amongan, Hermon Maguic. We have Camus, Ernie, Lek, Patrick, Ard Straw, Kappa, Donna Cavi, Kill Scary, Drummore, Longfield West and East, Drum Ra, I would say, Aga Lurcher, Cloherney, I really don't know, Cloherney. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We have Drum Kieran. By the way, when I am looking up and down like this, it's because I'm watching what I'm actually typing, and then I'm looking at the map. I'm not reading off a list. Some people were convinced of that, even though I've filmed things from multiple angles. Anyway, Mahara Col Money, Derry Vullen, Mahara Cross, Derry Brusque. We have Rossori, Rora. No, Trory, sorry. We have Ennis Killen, Ahave, Tom Regan, Clones, Drumully, and Galloon. Let's see. Kinolly, perhaps? Killisher? Devonish. Is this... No. Lanish, I think. And Bow. Also, we have Inish Max Saint, Temple Khan, and Bleak. Bleak. Yes. Oh, I never actually finished Tyrone. Sorry. Donna Henry. We have Ballyclog, Clono, Killyman, Polyniskin, Drumglass, Clonfecal, and Ahaloo or Agaloo. Then we have Tullilish. Ah, that's my bad. That's over there. This is Egglish. So many lishes. I want to say Tynan, but is it Tynan? I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. And also, I've been wrong about many of the others. But anyway, Keedy, Listener, Dill, Newton Hamilton, Cregan, or Kill, Killevy, Jonesborough, Ballymire, Ballymore, Loch Gilly, Loch Gall, Kildarton, Armagh, and Grange. We have Kill Clooney, Mullabreck. I think that's Kilmore. We have Drumcree, Seago, Monty Argus, and Tarahan, I think, something like that. Shankill. And the little bit in there is Newry. And many of these are not continuous. And I wonder if they are the same parish or if they are just different parishes of the same name. And I never really managed to find out. There's not that much info on it. Anyway, Doug, C. Patrick, Maheralan, Maherali. One of those was way wrong, but I can't remember how to say them now. Anyway, Moira. We have Donna Cloney, Garvahi, Dramore. Oh, did that one, sorry. Dramara. Because there's Dramore in County, let's see, in County Tyrone and here in County Down. We got Anna Hilt, Anna Cologne, Warren Point, Kilkeel, Kilcoo, Kilbrony, Drumgath. No, sorry. Yeah, Drumgath. Yes. Drumballyrony, Drumgooland, Clonallen, Clonduff. Sorry. Then we have Kilmegan, Lochin Island, something like that. Mahara Hamlet, Mahara Drool, Hillsborough, Blaris, Drumbeg, Lambeg is partly in here as well. We got Drumbo, Knock Raider. We got Saintfield, Killaney, Down, Ballykinler, Tyrella, Rathmullen, Bright, Bolly. We got Kilcleef and let's see, so many kills. Ballycoulter, Saul, and Duns Fort. What was that one again? Yes, Ardglass. Then we have, I already did down. Then we have Killilay, Inch, Killinchy. That's how you remember this stuff, by the way. There's so many that sound similar, and you just group them together in your head. Comber. We've got Holly Nut Kill, and just as I say that, I'm about to forget most of them. Killmood. Okay, Hollywood, Dundonald, Newton Ards, Banger, Donaghadee, Grey Abbey. We've got Ballywalter, Inishagi, St Andrews, Ardkeen, Ardkin, Slains, Castleboy, Ballyphilip, and Ballytruston. Right. And then we finish off with County Antrim, where we have Maharagol, Mahara Mesk, Ahali, Ahagalan. Then we have Derry Aggie and Donaghy. Oh, sorry, this was Glenabbey down here. Camlin, Tully Rusk, Shankill. Sorry, did that one already. Killeed. Grange of Nilteen, Grange of Muckamore. We have Temple Patrick, Carn Money, Carrick Fergus, Hillroot, Temple Corran, Loch in Island. No, we already did that one. Island Maggie. We have Inver, Glyn. Usually what happens when I do these marathon quizzes is that I slowly go insane, and I feel like it started happening. We have Larn, we have Grange of Hilly Glen, Tick Mac Revan, Killwater, and oh yeah, Harn Castle, Ralu. We have Bally Martin, Ballylinny, Ballynewer, Ballycore, Range of Doich or Doch. I can't say that one. Glenwirry, Kilbride, Rashi, Dungor, Antrim, Range of Shilvodden. I suddenly got extremely nervous that I'm not recording, but I think I am. Anyway, it would be awful if I wasn't. Tramhall, Duneen, Cranfield, Connor, Grange of Lade, Grange of Innis Pollen and Lade. We got Ard Clinis, Colfatrin, Rathlin Island. Then we have Skerry, Cavan, Kirkin Riola. We have, I think that one is, that looks like a Ballyclug to me. Yeah. Connor, I already did that one, sorry. Regs, Aho Hill. If I could just spell. I'm going to slow down a bit because now the deterioration has started. Port Clenone, Rasharkin, and Finvoy. We have Drumtulla, Grange of Drumtulla, and Tulla Gore, Ballymoney, Killrats, Killagan, Dundermott, Newtown Crommelin, Loch Giel, I think. Come on, Loch Giel. Ramone. I remember that because of the Ramones. We have Derry Kean, Dunluce, Billy, Bolin Toy, and Armoy. Yes. Those were all the civil parishes of Northern Ireland, of which there seem to be 289. And I think we'll leave Northern Ireland for a bit. We move on to Wales. And I'm going to restart the timer again by refreshing, but these will be the principal areas of Wales, and these are the areas used for local government today. So, they are, and please excuse my pronunciations, I do try, but some of the sounds just cannot be produced with my mouth. Anglesey, Gwynedd, double D is a, I think, Conwy, Denbighshire, Flintshire, Wrexham, Powys, Monmouthshire, Portfine, Newport, Cardiff, Vale of Glamorgan. Then we have Blaenau Gwent, Caerphilly, Merthyr Tydfil, Rhondda Cynon Taf. We have Bridgend, Neath Port Talbot, Swansea, Carmarthenshire, Pembrokeshire, and Ceredigion. Those were the principal areas of Wales. And now I had to use, I don't usually use Sporkle because the quizzes can vary quite a lot in quality, but this was the only one I could find of the preserved counties of Wales. Because they do still have preserved counties. They're not used for administrative purposes anymore, but one preserved county contains one or more principal areas. And we have West Glamorgan down here. South Glamorgan is down there. I can't remember how to pronounce this one. Sorry. Someone please tell me in the comments. Powys again, and Gwent. We have Clwyd, Gwynedd, and that was that. Those are the preserved counties of Wales. There are 8 of them. But there's also the historical counties of Wales, which are no longer used for local government or for administrative purposes. I think they're now used for, ceremonial purposes, like, what are the words for that? You have lieutenancy and some other word. They're used for non-administrative stuff. But they used to be, and I think it was in the 70s or something that these were abolished. Anglesey, Carnarvonshire, Denbighshire still, Flintshire still, we've got Merionethshire, Radnorshire, Montgomeryshire comes first, Cardiganshire, Pembrokeshire, Carmarthenshire, and Brecknockshire. We have Glamorgan and Monmouthshire. Those were the historic counties of Wales, but they're no longer used for these purposes. Okay, we now move on to England. And when I did my world subdivisions video, many people were asking why I didn't do the counties. It's kind of complicated. Depending on how you define a first level administrative division, you may or may not include this stuff. But either way, ceremonial counties should not have been part of it because they're not used for administrative purposes. Like the name implies, they are ceremonial. They are, I think, the areas to which Lords Lieutenant are appointed. Anyway, I'm going to restart the timer. And these ones should be fairly familiar to most Brits. Northumberland, Cumbria, Tyne and Wear, Durham, North Yorkshire, East Riding of Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Lancashire, Merseyside, Greater Manchester, Cheshire, Staffordshire, Shropshire, Herefordshire, Worcestershire, not Worcestershire, Worcestershire, same can be said for Gloucestershire, West Midlands, Warwickshire, Leicestershire, another classic, Northamptonshire, Rutland, Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex, Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Oxfordshire, Wiltshire, Bristol, Somerset, Devon and Cornwall. We have Dorset, Hampshire, Berkshire, Greater London, City of London, Kent, Surrey, West Sussex and East Sussex, and lastly, Isle of Wight. So those are the, I think, 48 ceremonial counties of England. If you want to know more actually about counties and what's the difference between these and historical counties or the local government counties, you should really watch Jay Foreman. He's got plenty of videos on this stuff. And those are more informative than this, which is just an idiot memorizing a bunch of useless stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to do the historic counties because there's so much overlap, and I think there's like 39 of them or something like that. and there's so much overlap, and they're called pretty much the same things. So that one, I skipped that one. But now we come to the local authorities. Now, this quiz is on all the local authorities of the UK, but I pre-filled in the ones we've already done as part of my extensive preparation for this quiz. And okay, so I feel like I should explain a little bit without being too long-winded about how local government in England is structured. It's kind of simple and complicated at the same time. It's simple because what it is different areas have a council, which, they have appointed or like elected officials, and they provide services to that area. What's a service? Well, education, perhaps. Housing, perhaps. Rubbish collection, perhaps. And that's really all it is. The reason this is also complicated is that there are so many different classifications or different types of councils. But I'm going to do one type at a time because I've kind of compartmentalized them in my head so I know which types these are. And I'll walk you through them one category at a time. Okay, and we're going to start with the unitary authorities. As the name implies, they're unitary. One council takes care of everything. They do all the services for their areas. So we start with Northumberland, Cumberland, Westmoreland, and Furness, which used to be a non-metropolitan county until like last year. Now they're two unitary authorities instead. I'm going to zoom in a bit, I think. Where's the mouse? Okay, cursor, I should say. Durham. Okay, we have Darlington, Hartlepool. Then we have, let's see which order am I. Okay, let's do Stockton. We have Middlesbrough, Redcar, Cleveland, and then North Yorkshire and York. And the ones I'm omitting here or skipping for now are the ones that are not unitary authorities. All the ones I'm doing now are unitary authorities. We have Blackpool, Blackburn with Darwin. I'm going to say the full names out loud because sometimes this quiz is a bit generous and autofills the rest of very long names. Cheshire West and Chester. Cheshire East, not Eats, East. Warrington, Bolton. We have Shropshire, but also Telford and Wrekin. Let's do East Riding of Yorkshire. We have Hull, North Lincolnshire, and North East Lincolnshire. Okay. We have Nottingham. So, like in Nottinghamshire, Nottingham is a unitary authority, but the rest of Nottinghamshire is a non-metropolitan county, and we're going to come to that later. And same goes for Derbyshire and Derby. Derby's a unitary authority. Same with Leicester in Leicestershire. In Staffordshire, we actually have Stoke-on-Trent as a unitary authority, but the rest is not. Okay, let's see. I'm just making really sure I'm not skipping anything here or missing anything. We have Herefordshire. South Gloucestershire has its own unitary council, but the rest is a non-metropolitan county. We have Bristol, North Somerset, Bath, and the North East Somerset, and Somerset. And then down here we have Cornwall. We also have Plymouth and Torbay. So as you can notice, Exeter is actually not it's not a unitary authority. Right, we have Dorset, Bournemouth, Christchurch, and Poole are all one. It was enough to type Bournemouth, actually. Isle of Wight, we have Southampton, Portsmouth. Yeah, we have Wiltshire and Swindon. We have West Berkshire, Reading, Bracknell, Windsor and Maidenhead, Wokingham. Let's see, Buckinghamshire, Milton Keynes, West Northamptonshire, North Northamptonshire, Rutland, Bedford, Central Bedfordshire, and Luton. Did I miss one there? I think I missed Slough. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got, mustn't forget about Peterborough, which has a unitary authority council. Let's see. I'm clicking a lot, sorry about that. Brighton and Hove. We've got Southend on Sea. No, that's not unitary authority. Medway and Thurrock are. And I do wonder, I think those are all the unitary authorities. So these councils are like the simplest ones. One council, they take care of all the services. So what then is a metropolitan borough? You might have heard of that. Well, metropolitan boroughs used to be, I mean, yeah, let's take an example. This is corresponds to Tyne and Wear, the ceremonial county. So that county is a metropolitan county because it consists of metropolitan boroughs. Once upon a time, it had two-tier councils, or a two-tier council. It had a county-level council and district/borough councils. I think it was Margaret Thatcher who abolished the county-level councils. That left this. And they are called metropolitan boroughs, but because there's no upper-tier council anymore, they are, in all but name, unitary authorities because within their own areas, they just do all the services because there's no council like above them or on a higher level. So, for all intents and purposes, these are also unitary authorities. Okay, that's why this kind of isn't very complicated, but also is at the same time. Sunderland, Newcastle, and Gateshead. Let's continue on with the metropolitan boroughs. We have quite a lot in this region here. So if we start with the ones in Merseyside, we have Sefton, Wirral, Liverpool, Knowsley, and St Helens. Moving on to Greater Manchester, we have Wigan, Salford, Trafford, Bolton, Bury, Manchester. We have Rochdale, Oldham, Tameside, and Stockport. And then in West Yorkshire, we have Leeds, Bradford, Wakefield, Kirklees, and Calderdale. And then in South Yorkshire, we have Doncaster, Rotherham, Barnsley, and Sheffield. Excuse me once again. Okay. And then we have some here in the West Midlands as well. We have Coventry, Birmingham, Solihull, Walsall, Sandwell, Dudley, and Wolverhampton. Those were the metropolitan boroughs. We can then do the London boroughs. And again, if you are more interested in this stuff, watch Jay Foreman. He's got a video on the London boroughs. He can do a way better job of explaining them than I can. But for all intents and purposes, consider these as unitary authorities as well. Okay? They're just like legally distinct entities, but for all intents and purposes, they kind of work in the same way as a unitary authority. We have Enfield, by which I mean there's one council that takes care of all this stuff. Waltham Forest, Haringey. We have Harrow, Brent, Barnet, Hillingdon, Ealing, Hounslow, Richmond, Kingston upon Thames, and the other one was Richmond upon Thames, Sutton, Merton, Wandsworth, Lambeth, Southwark, Lewisham, Greenwich, Bexley, Newham, Croydon, Bromley, Hammersmith and Fulham. We got Kensington and Chelsea, City of Westminster, Camden, Islington, Hackney, Tower Hamlets. We got Redbridge, Barking and Dagenham, and Havering. I see this little blip in there, intentionally left blank. But yeah, let's do them now, actually. So then we got the special ones. We got City of London. It's like the City of London Corporation. They have financial responsibilities and stuff. It's called a sui generis authority because it can't be put into any other classification. It's just its own thing. And the same goes for Isles of Scilly. I think the reason it's a bit separate is that Cornwall provides some of its services. Can't remember exactly what, but it's also has a unique arrangement. So that leaves us with 21 non-metropolitan counties. And these are quite different because they have a two-tier council. So there's a county level council and there's a district level council. Oops. And because this quiz can only show one level, it shows the county level councils. So in the next quiz, we're going to do all the districts of these counties as well. So on the county level, we have Lancashire, Staffordshire, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire, Leicestershire, Warwickshire, Worcestershire, Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, Devon, Hampshire, West Sussex, Surrey, East Sussex, Kent, Essex, Hertfordshire, Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, and Suffolk. There we go. So those were most of the local authorities, but we still have the district level councils. I hope I didn't spend too much time on that, but I thought it was worth clearing some stuff or making some stuff a bit clearer, which I hope I did. I can see why I would also have made things worse. Anyway, so this is just, the yellow is what I left empty until the last second in the last quiz. So, and there's some of this looks a bit different because this quiz is from 2022 and Cumbria and Somerset and North Yorkshire have merged a bunch of these districts since then. So they now have a bunch of unitary authorities instead, which is what we saw in the last quiz. But you can forget about that because now we're just focusing on the districts. I left Hartlepool blank because if I typed in Hartlepool, I would also have typed in Hart, which is a district in Hampshire. So I'm going to do the name overlap ones now. Hart is a non-metropolitan district, part of the non-metropolitan county of Hampshire. Anyway, Basingstoke and Dean, Test Valley, New Forest, Fareham, Gosport, Eastleigh. We have Winchester, East Hampshire, yeah, and Havant, and don't forget little Rushmore. Okay, what other name overlaps do we have? In Surrey, we have, because you can see I left a Woking blank here because in Surrey we have Woking. I left Woking in blank, sorry, because in Surrey we have Woking. We also have Spelthorne, Runnymede, Surrey Heath, Guildford, Waverley, Mole Valley after the River Mole, Elmbridge, Epsom and Ewell, Reigate and Banstead, and Tand Ridge. Okay, let's do the Sussexes. There's one last name overlap in there. We start with West Sussex, where we have Horsham. Oh yeah, Chichester, Arran, Ada, Worthing, and Crawley. We also have Mid Sussex. Then we come to East Sussex, where we have Lewis and Wealden, Eastbourne, Hastings, and Rother. And because Rother is there, I avoided typing in Rotherham, but I can now complete Rotherham, the unitary authority in South Yorkshire. Okay. Oh yeah, and I can also do Hartlepool and Wokingham that I'd left blank so far. Okay, let's go to Lancashire, where we have Lancaster, Fylde, Chorley, West Lancashire, Wyre, Ribble Valley, South Ribble, Hyndburn. We have Pendle. Oh yeah, Preston, and sorry, Burnley and Rossendale. Moving down, let's do Derbyshire. We have High Peak, Derbyshire Dales, and do note that Derby is a unitary authority, which is why I pre-filled it as part of my extensive preparation. I would like to reiterate. We have Erewash, Amber Valley, Bolsover. Chesterfield. And, oh yes, North East Derbyshire. South Derbyshire. Okay, that was Derbyshire. Then we have Staffordshire, which contains, astonishingly, Stafford. We also have Staffordshire Moorlands, Newcastle Emlyn. I'm thinking of Wales. Newcastle under Lyme, sorry. We have Cannock Chase. We have Lichfield, East Staffordshire, South Staffordshire, and Tamworth. Then we have Nottinghamshire with Bassetlaw, Newark and Sherwood. We have Mansfield, Ashfield, Gedling. Is it Gedling or Jedling? Gedling. Broxtowe and Rushcliffe. That was Nottinghamshire. Let's do Leicestershire. We have Melton. Yes. Harborough and Charnwood. I think we have Northwest Leicestershire. And we have Blaby, Oadby and Wigston. Not Nad, and Wigston. And then we have Hinckley and Bosworth. Right. Let's move on to Warwickshire. I'm going to need some water after this. North Warwickshire. We have Rugby. Yes, Nuneaton and Bedworth. Yeah. Warwick. Stratford on Avon. Then we have Worcestershire, where we have Bromsgrove. We have Malvern Hills, Wyre Forest, Butchaven, Worcester, and Redditch. Then we move down to Gloucestershire, where again, South Gloucestershire is a unitary authority, which is why it's been pre-completed. Stroud, Tewkesbury, Cotswold, and Forest of Dean, Gloucester, and Cheltenham. And then in Oxfordshire, we have Oxford, South Oxfordshire, West Oxfordshire, Sherwell, I think some say Charwell, Whale of White Horse. It's kind of a funny name. Yeah, let's go to Devon. Plymouth and Torbay are unitary authorities, and they're already green. North Devon, West Devon, Mid Devon, East Devon, South Hams, Horridge, I think it's Tean Bridge after River Tean, and Exeter. Okay, moving on to, let's do Kent. So here we have Thanet, Dover, Folkestone and Hythe. We have Canterbury, Ashford, Dartford, Gravesham, Swale, Tunbridge Wells, and I think this is also pronounced Tunbridge actually, Tunbridge and Malling, even though it's spelled with an O, Maidstone and Sevenoaks. Okay, let's move on to Essex, where we have Hendring, Malden, and Rochford. We have Basildon, Castle Point, Brentwood, Epping Forest, Harlow. We have Chelmsford, Colchester, Uttlesford, Braintree. I found that pretty funny. Yeah, I think that was it actually. Okay, let's do Hertfordshire. Dacorum, Three Rivers, Watford, Hertsmere, Welland, Hatfield, Broxbourne, St Albans. I think it's North Hertfordshire and East Hertfordshire and Stevenage. Okay, we can do Lincolnshire. Remember, North and North East are actually unitary authorities. Then we have West Lindsey, East Lindsey, Boston, and Lincoln, and North Kesteven or Kesteven. I'm still not sure which one it is. I think both may be acceptable, but please correct me if I'm wrong, as I'm sure you will. And we had South Holland there as well. Let's move on to to Norfolk and Suffolk. North Norfolk. Isn't this like I think this is like the flattest part of the UK. I don't know. Some people think the UK is flat, and it really isn't. But this part is. Sorry. West Norfolk. No. South Norfolk. We have Broadland, Breckland, Norwich, of course, Great Yarmouth, and Kings Lynn and West Norfolk. Oh yeah, we also have Cambridgeshire, of course. So Cambridge, Fenland, South Cambridgeshire, East Cambridgeshire, and Huntingdonshire. I think that's a historical county. Was called Huntingdonshire, I believe. I think they have their own flag, do they? Maybe. Anyway, we have Suffolk and West Suffolk, Mid Suffolk, East Suffolk, Baber, and Ipswich, which is where Richard Ayoade is from, I think. Cool. Those were the districts of England. Okay, we're going to move on to cities and towns and stuff. But now I need a sip of water and some sweets. So bear with me because this is all in one take and I can't edit this because I'm supposed to know all this in my head at one time. I feel like people are staring at me right now. It's really difficult to talk to a camera, you know? Way more difficult than I anticipated when I started doing this YouTube thing. Anyway, watch me eat some sweets too. It's tutti frutti, it's very good. Mm. I also have like a 4,000 lumen lamp blasting in my face, and which also produces a fair bit of heat. So I am sweating as well. Okay. This quiz, like I said, we're moving into cities and towns now. This quiz is the 100 biggest cities and towns of the UK. And just like a little disclaimer, whenever you talk about population counts, that's tricky because it depends on how you define an area. What's a city? Is it the city proper? Is it the urban area? Is it the metropolitan area? So it's I think important to specify what you actually mean. I think this refers to city proper populations taken from citypopulation.de. I think so. So anyway, let's see. Let's do Aberdeen, Dundee, start with Scotland if you didn't notice, Edinburgh and Glasgow. Northern Ireland has Belfast, and that's all it has in the top 100. We have Swansea, Cardiff, and Newport. I'm going to go into more detail on each country, by the way, just starting with a more higher level one, so you get a sense of where the biggest population centres are. Anyway, we have Newcastle, Gateshead, Sunderland, Hartlepool, Darlington, and Middlesbrough. Then we have York, Hull, Leeds, Bradford, Halifax, Huddersfield, and Wakefield. Okay, we can do Blackpool, Preston, Blackburn, Southport, which has been in the news lately, Liverpool, Birkenhead, St. Helens. Yeah, we can do Warrington and Chester also. Then we have Wigan, Bolton, Salford, and Sale and Manchester, Rochdale, Oldham, and Stockport. We have Lincoln and Grimsby. Okay, Doncaster. We have Rotherham and Sheffield. We also have Chesterfield and Barnsley. Okay, then we move on to Nottingham and Derby. We also have Stoke-on-Trent. We have Telford. We have Worcester. Coventry. Birmingham. I think that's Nuneaton as well. We have Sutton Coldfield, which I kind of thought was part of Birmingham, but maybe not. Blah, blah. We have Wolverhampton and Solihull. Then we've got, let's see, what do we have here? Gloucester probably and Cheltenham. Bristol. Bath and Weston-super-Mare. Plymouth. Exeter. That looks to be Bournemouth and Poole. We have Southampton, Portsmouth. Then we have Worthing, not Rothing, Worthing, Brighton, Eastbourne, Hastings. And the big blob, I wonder. Could it be London? Yes, it is. All right, we got Swindon, Milton Keynes, Oxford, Reading, Basingstoke. Should I? Nah, let's just keep it zoomed out. I think it's clear enough, I hope. Okay, we have Gillingham, and Maidstone, Southend-on-Sea, Colchester, Chelmsford. We have, I think it's pronounced Rayleigh and Basildon. Basildon. I really can't type. I need to slow down. Ipswich, Norwich. Still can't type. Norwich. Leicester, Northampton, Peterborough, Cambridge, Bedford, perhaps. Could we then have something like Hemel Hempstead and Stevenage and Luton? What about like Aylesbury and High Wycombe and Slough? Did I do Watford? I did not. And here we should have Crawley and Woking. That was the top 100 cities of the UK. And I'm going to do another like UK level one, which is actually quite interesting. I hope you find it interesting too. It's all the actual cities of the UK, because this is something that confuses people. Cities in the UK, of course, do not mean the same thing as cities in other places. And again, Jay Foreman has a video on this. You should watch all of his stuff. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Anyway, in order to be a city, you don't need a cathedral, at least not these days. It's kind of at the whim of the monarch what gets to be a city. Currently, I think we have 76, and we can start with Scotland. Inverness, Aberdeen, Dundee, Perth, Dunfermline, Stirling, Edinburgh, and Glasgow, unsurprisingly. In Northern Ireland, we have Derry, Armagh, Newry, Lisbon, I think, and Belfast, and Bangor. And by ending it with Bangor, we transition into Wales, which also has a banger. It also has St. Asaph. Excuse me yet again. We have Wrexham. St. David's, probably, I think it's at least a populous city. It's got something like, I don't know, 1.5k inhabitants or something silly like that. We have Swansea, Cardiff, and Newport. Then we come to England, where we have Truro. Yes, the metropolis of Truro is a city. We have Plymouth and Exeter. And then we have Wells, Bristol, and Bath. We have Hereford, Gloucester, and Worcester. All right. Basing. No. Basingstoke is not a city. Salisbury is a city, as is Winchester, and Southampton, and Portsmouth, and Chichester. Also Brighton and Canterbury. Southend-on-Sea is a city. Then we have Chelmsford and Colchester. We have Norwich. Could it be? I think, yeah, we actually have like City of. Let's just type in London because we have City of London and City of Westminster. Those are like the proper cities. We have Milton Keynes. We have St Albans in Hertfordshire. We have Oxford, Cambridge, Ely, and Peterborough. Right, we have Coventry, Birmingham, and Wolverhampton, and actually Lichfield in South Staffordshire is a city. Cool. Let's see. Leicester, Nottingham, Derby, Lincoln, Hull. Also, Stoke-on-Trent is a city. Chester is a city. Liverpool also. Manchester and Salford. Not visible here because they overlap. They're so close to each other. I bet people from Salford take pride in being a separate city and an actual city, which they are. Preston is a city. Lancaster is a city. Carlisle is a city. I don't need to say is a city after everything. Newcastle, Durham, Sunderland, Ripon, little curveball there. York, Leeds, Bradford, Wakefield, Doncaster, Sheffield. Those are the 76 cities of the UK. Like actual proper cities. And funnily enough, many of them kind of don't really deserve to be cities, but yeah. Right. I couldn't find one quiz on English cities and towns that was really, really big. So I have some quizzes from different angles. So this one is the top 3 cities of each county, which is going to result in some new names coming up for sure. So up in Northumberland, we have Ashington, we have Blythe, and Cramlington. In Tyne and Wear, we have Newcastle, Gateshead, and Sunderland. When I typed in Newcastle under Lyme also activated in Staffordshire. In Cumbria, we have Carlisle, but then we have Kendal and Barrow-in-Furness. In Lancashire, we have Blackpool, Preston, and Blackburn. In Merseyside, we have Southport, Liverpool, and St Helens. Okay, then we have Manchester, Bolton, and Sale. We have Leeds, Bradford, and Huddersfield in West Yorkshire. In Durham, we have Darlington, Hartlepool, and Stockton. I think Stockton kind of straddles that border, though. And then we got Middlesbrough, Harrogate, or is it Harrogate? I've heard both. And York. In East Riding of Yorkshire, we have Beverley, Bridlington, and Hull. In Lincolnshire, we have Lincoln, Grimsby, and Scunthorpe. In South Yorkshire, we have Doncaster, Rotherham, and Sheffield. In Nottinghamshire, we have Mansfield, Nottingham, and Beeston. In Derbyshire, we have Chesterfield. Oh, sorry. Typing Chesterfield activated Chester, so let's finish Cheshire. We have Warrington and Halton as well. We do not have Halton. We have Crewe. Crewe is known for trains. You pass through there when you take the train anywhere. That's the only reason you go to Crewe. That's what my girlfriend told me. She's a Brit. Okay, we have Chesterfield. We have Derby. We have Swadlincote. Is it Swadlincote or Swadlincote? It doesn't matter. Now we have Stoke-on-Trent, Burton-on-Trent. In Shropshire, we have Telford. We have, I want to say Shrewsbury. I think there's been a debate. Is it Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury? To me, the spelling would suggest Shrewsbury, but spelling is not really the way to determine pronunciation in English. Anyway, in Herefordshire, we have Hereford. We have Leominster and Kidderminster. No, Kidderminster is in, sorry, that's in Worcester. We have Ross on Y. And in Worcestershire, we have Kidderminster, Redditch, and Worcester. In West Midlands, we have Coventry, Birmingham, and Wolverhampton again. In Leicestershire, we have Let's see, what do we have? Hinkley, Loughborough, or Lugabaruga. Tell me that Leicester is one also. Of course it is. In Rutland, these are pretty small places. We have Oakham, Uppingham, and Cottesmore, or Cottesmore. I have heard there's some disagreement there. Crazy for such a small place. But yeah. In Warwickshire, we have Nuneaton, Royal Leamington Spa. Oh, is it Leamington? Most people just say Leamington, by the way. And then we have Rugby. In Gloucestershire, we have Gloucester, Cheltenham, and Bilton. In Bristol, we have Bristol. In Somerset, we have Bath and Weston-super-Mare, and Taunton. In Devon, we have Exeter, Paynton, and Plymouth. In Cornwall, we have St. Austell, Camborne, and Falmouth. Then in Dorset, all these three are very close to each other. Bournemouth, Christchurch, and Poole. Also the name of a unitary authority. Then we have Basingstoke in Hampshire, and Southampton and Portsmouth. On Isle of Wight, we have Sandown, Ryde, and Newport. Wiltshire, we have Trowbridge, I believe, Swindon, and Salisbury. In Oxfordshire, we have Oxford, Banbury, and Abingdon. In Northamptonshire, we have Northampton, unsurprisingly. We also have Kettering. I think James Acaster is from Kettering. And then we have Corby. We have Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes. What else? Aylesbury and High Wycombe. In Berkshire, we have Reading. Famously not a city. Bracknell and Slough. Then we have London, also City of London. I guess it's kind of hard to count the three biggest whatever areas in London. We have Guildford in Surrey. We also have Walton on Thames, and Woking. In West Sussex, we have Crawley, Worthing, and Bognor Regis. East Sussex has Brighton, Eastbourne, and Hastings. In Kent, we have Chatham, Gillingham, and Maidstone. In Essex, we have Colchester, Chelmsford, and Southend-on-Sea. In Suffolk, we have Lowestoft, or is it Lowestoft? I've heard different takes on that. Bury St Edmunds, and then Ipswich. In Norfolk, we have Great Yarmouth, King's Lynn, and Norwich. In Cambridgeshire, we have Cambridge, Peterborough, and Wisbech. In Bedfordshire, we have Bedford, Luton, and Leighton Buzzard. I think you pronounce it like that. I'm actually not sure. Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire. Also Watford and Stevenage. Those were the top three cities/towns per county. Per ceremonial county, I should say. And yes. Okay, moving on. That was England, and now we do Scotland. We're going to start with the 100 biggest cities and towns of Scotland. So let's go. Right. Inverness, Nairn, Elgin, Forres. This is where the pronunciation is going to get a bit sketchy again. Fraserburgh, Peterhead, Elon, Inverurie, West Hill, Aberdeen, Stonehaven. Okay, moving down here. Montrose, we have Arbroath, Carnoustie, and Forfar. And then up in Perth, we have Blairgowrie and Rattray, which for some reason, when I type in this, activates both Blairgowrie and Rattray and Cooper. So this blip is Cooper. Probably a glitch in the quiz. Then we have Perth, We have St. Andrews, Methyl, Leven, Glen Rothes, Kirkcaldy. We have Cowdenbeath, Kilsyth, sorry, Rosyth, there's 2 scythes, and Dalgety Bay. Dalgety was enough. And Dunfermline, the actual proper city. Bay Dunfermline, no, Dunfermline. Then we have Alloa, we have Dunblane, and Stirling, Falkirk, Grangemouth. We also have Larbert and Stenhouse Muir, Boness. I can't do a Scottish accent, by the way. I can't do any accents. But Boness. I think the emphasis, like always, or the stress is always on the second syllable in Scottish places. Pretty much always. What am I doing? Misclicking all over the place. Sorry about that. Okay. No. I wanted everything to be perfect, but I'm going to misclick sometimes. Okay, Livingston. Bathgate. Broxburn. Whitburn. Armadale. And Linlithgow. Then we have Queensferry. I think, South Queensferry, I think it's the full name. Edinburgh. We come down to Pennycook. Kind of a tricky one to pronounce. Mayfield. Dalkeith. And Bonny Rig. Then we have Musselburgh. Tranent and Preston Pans. We have Haddington and Dunbar. Moving on to North Lanarkshire, where I accidentally did Kilsyth. We also have Cumbernauld. We have Airdrie, Coat Bridge, and Bells Hill, View Park. Wishaw. Isn't John Higgins the snooker player from Wishaw? Some random stuff. Random stuff I remember for some reason. He's called like the Wizard of Wishaw. Anyway, that's interesting to like 2 people. Carluke. Can't type. Larkhall. Hamilton. Blantyre, or Blanner, I've heard some people say. East Kilbride. Cambuslang. Glasgow. Ruther Glen. Giffnock. Bishop Briggs. Kirkintilloch. Bears Den. And this one's fun. How would you pronounce that? There's an E at the end. Mulgavi? It's Mulgai. Mulgai. Then we have Clarkston, Barhead, and Newton Mearns. Paisley, Johnstone, Erskine, Renfrew. Can't type. Clyde Bank. Helensburgh. Oh, sorry. Port Glasgow is also not there. Greenock. Guruk. And that one is Dunbarton with an M. Okay, how did I forget about Dundee? But, you know, it's one of the bigger ones. It's already got some spotlight. Let's go down a bit more. See the rest. Cool. Okay, Largs. We have Saltcoats, Ardrossan, Stevenston, Kilwinning, Irvine. We have Kilmarnock, Roon, Prestwick, and Ayr. Stranraer, Dumfries, Gala Shields, and Hoyk. Those were the 100 biggest cities/towns of Scotland. And then we move on to the postal towns of Scotland. This is a very beautiful quiz that I found. And postal towns are like the areas that I guess you put on your address. Anyway, because I couldn't find a really massive towns quiz, this one kind of works anyway, because these areas are named after towns. So we're going to hear some new names here. Okay. Up there we have Shetland, and the Orkney has 3 postal areas. We got Orkney, but also Kirkwall and Stromness. Then we have Wick, Thurso, Kinbrace, Falkirk, for Seanard, Libster, Latheron, Helmsdale, Berrydale, Dunbeath, Aurora, and Golspie. Then we have Rogut, Leg, I think, or something like that. Ullapool. Let's see. Invergordon, Dornoch, Ard Guy, Alness, Tain, Dingwall, Cromarty, and I think, let's see, Fort Rose. Then there's this one. Och, but you spell it like that. Abach, but you say och. So there you go. No, that's another one. Munlochi is the one I'm looking for. Garv, Achna Sheen, and we have Gerloch. Then we also have Kyle and Strath Harren, Strath Peffer, Muir of Ord, Bewley. Let's see. Did I already do Inverness? I didn't. Nairn, Boris, Elgin, Lossy, Muth. Sometimes it's not Muth, but Mouth. I'm wondering if this is one of those cases. I think Eyemouth, which comes later, is actually pronounced Mouth, but usually it's Muth. Anyway, Foch Harbours. We have Strome, Berry, Lockton, Portree, and Skye. Then in the Outer Hebrides, we got Lewis and Harris, one continuous island, but distinct for the postal areas or postal towns. Lewis separately and Harris. We have Stornoway and Scalpay. Then we have North Uist, Ben Becula, South Uist, and Barra. Right, moving on, we have Canna, Rum, Egg. Let's see. Aharacal? I can't remember how to say that. Maleg and Ariseg. Also a bit sketch. We have... no, I already did that one, sorry. Loch Islet and Glen Finnan. We have Speen Bridge, Fort Augustus, Invergary, Fort William, Roy Bridge, Newton Moor, Aviemore, I can't remember. King Ussy, Grantown on Spey, Boat of Garton, Carbridge, and Nethy Bridge. Blair Gowrie, Dunkeld, Ochterarder, we have Perth, Aberfeldy, Pitlochry. What's that one again? Creef, Carua, and Dalwhinnie, Kinloch Leven, and Ballachulish? Not quite sure. Anyway, let's do the big one up there with Aberdeen stuff. Bucky, Huntley, Keith, Aberlure, I think, Ballindalach, Ballater, I really don't know, sorry. Someone, by the way, please tell me in the comments. Sometimes it's hard to actually find info on this stuff, and I just love to, I want to know. I want to be better. Anyway, Strath Don, Boyne, Bankery, Inch, Alness, sorry, Alford, yes, Banff, Macduff, Fraserburgh, Peter Head, familiar from the last quiz. We got Elon, Inverurie. Hello? I'm stupid right now. West Hill, Aberdeen. We have Stonehaven, Peter Coulter, Mill Timber, and Lawrence Kirk. Did I not do Elon? Inverurie. No? Oh. Turif. Sorry. Okay. Montrose. We have Kiri Muir, Brechen, and Forfa. We have Arbroath, Carnoustie, Dundee, Newport, and Tayport on Spey, I think is the full name. We have Oban here in the west. We got what do we have? Appin, Bridge of Orkey, Tainult, can't pronounce that one. Dalmally. We've got Mull, Iona, Paris, Col, Colonsay, Jura, Isla. Oh my god, I did it again. I pressed the wrong thing. There's too many quizzes. Not Sealy. Isla. I still don't know which keyboard shortcut I accidentally activate to get to do that. Anyway, Inver Ari. We got Tarbert, Loch Gilp Head, Campbellton, Gia, Butte, Pando, Colin Trive. Then we got Tigna Bruch. That's a hard one to say. And Dunoon. We can zoom in here to get a bit closer and see that it's, we got Port Glasgow, Greenock, Gurrock, Skell, Morley, and how do you think you pronounce this? Is not Weemus, it's Weems. Weems Bay. Kilmacum or something. Bridge of Weir, Loch Winnoch, John Stone, Erskine, Bishopton, Paisley, and Renfrew. Okay, we can do Glasgow actually. Glasgow, Clyde Bank, Dumbarton, and Helensburgh, Alexandria, and Arocha. Can't say it. The life of me. So in Stirling, we have Stirling. We have Killin, Crian Larich, Calendar. Oh yeah, Loch Ern Head, Doon and Dunblane. We have Menstrie, Ulver, Tilly Coltree, Dollar, Alloa, and Clackmannan. Falkirk, Grangemouth, and Larbert. We also have Denny and Bonnie Bridge. Okay, here we have St. Andrews and Struther, Cooper, Leven, Glen Rothis, Kirkcaldy, Dalgetty Bay, we do not have at all. Kinross, Kelty, and Loch Gelly. We have Inverkeithing, Burnt Island, and Howdenbeath, and Dunfermline, of course. Okay, moving on to a big one here, containing Edinburgh, among other things. We have Bowness, Linlithgow, Livingston, Bathgate, Broxburn, West Calder, West Linton. What do we have? Queensferry, Edinburgh, Kirkliston, Kirknewton. Oh yeah, New Bridge, Juniper Green, Curry. We have Pennycook, Balerno, Roslyn, Rosewell, Lass Wade. Oh, Lass Wade. Is it always the second heckin' syllable? Lass Wade? Could that be it? Lone Head. Peebles. Walker, Burn, Inner Lathen. We got Heriot, Humby, Gore Bridge, Pathhead, Bonnie Rig, Preston Pans, Dalkeith, and Tranent. What's that? Musselburgh. Yeah, Musselburgh. Gulane, Long Nidri, North Berwick, I think. East Linton, Dunbar, and Paddington. Okay, there's not that much left. There we got Arran, and then we got the Cumbria. Both north and south are included in this one. We got West Kilbride, Largs, Kilburney, Beath, Dalry, Saltcoats, Ard Rossen. Let's see, what else? Did I do Stevenston? I didn't. Kilmarnock. Kilwinning, Irvine, Rune, Prestwick, Ayr, Maybole, Girvan, Cumnock, Galston, New Milnes, Darvel, and Mochlin, or something like that. Okay, let's go down here where we've got Lanark, Bigger, Shots, and this is, I think, Straven. We got Carluke, Blackhall, Wishaw again, Hamilton, Coatbridge, Airdrie, Motherwell, and Bells Hill. Right, we got the last two here. I think that should be Stranraer. We got Newton Stewart, Castle Douglas, Dalbeatty. Yes, Kirkcudbright. Not Kirkcudbright, it's Kirkcudbright. Oh, this one's Sanker, maybe? Thornhill. Dumfries. Moffat. Oh, let's move this a bit. Langholm. Annan. Gretna. Annanby. Lockerbie. Okay, last one. I'm getting a bit exhausted, I'll be honest. Don't have the same energy anymore. I guess that's what exhausted means. Anyway, Selkirk, Newcastleton, Hoyk, Della Shields, Kelso, Gordon, Earlston, Jedburgh. Did I do Kelso? I did. Oh, it's Lauder and Melrose. Then we have Berwick, Old Stream, Duns. We got, I think that's Eyemouth, actually. I want to say Eyemouth. And then we have, that's not all, but you say Coburn's Path, apparently. There we go. Okay, those were the postal towns of Scotland. So no need to look up anything in a table on the internet anymore. Just watch my videos and send your letters. What's up next? Okay, yeah, okay. Next up is Wales. This is a quiz called Every City and Town of Wales, and that's what it is. It does not contain the village like everyone's seen on the internet. But it does contain every city and town. So let's just get started. I'm going to zoom in the beginning because the south is pretty busy. And yeah, let's see. Shepstow, we have Caldicot, Monmouth, Usk, and Abergavenny. Newport, Caerleon, don't know how to say that one. Let's see, Cwmbran, Pontypool, Blaenavon, Abertillery, Ebbw Vale, Bryn Mawr, Blaenau, Prediga, Okay, let's move on to Caerphilly, where we have Riska, Bedwas, and Caerphilly, Crumlin, Newbridge, and Abercarn. Then we have Blackwood. Let's see, Istrad, no, Minich. Okay, we have Bargoed, Aberbargoed, Treharris, Gelligair, and Rimney, probably named after the river that we're going to look at later. Let's see here. Move it down there. Then we got Cardiff, of course. Penarth, I think. Barry. Llantwit Major. Can't really do the double L, but I'm trying. We got Cowbridge. Then we got Merthyr Tydfil, and for some reason Aberfan is invisible, but it does exist, and it's in Merthyr Tydfil. Then we got Pontypridd, Mountain Ash, Aberdare, Ferndale, Porth, Talbot Green. Let's see, we got Orchi and Tony Pandy. And is that Llanrhysant? Yes. We got Maesteg and Pencoed, perhaps, Breach End, and Porth Call. Okay, moving up a bit to Neath Port Talbot, where we have, well, Neath and Port Talbot, of course. We also got Glynneath, or Glynneath, Britain Ferry, Aberavon, and Pontardor. Okay, Swansea has Swansea. It also has this one, which I'm actually not going to try to pronounce because I completely forgot how to say it. That one too. And Pontardolais. Maybe I can keep it zoomed out now because it's a bit more sparse. Okay, we've got Llandovery, Llandelo, Ammanford, Llanelli. We got Bury Port, Kidwelly, and also St. Clears, Carmarthen, and Larne, I think. Okay, Narberth. Oh, sorry, we have Whitland first, then Narberth, Henby, Milford Haven, Haverford West, Nayland, St. David's. Actually, let's finish up here first. Pembroke and Pembroke Docks. Then we got Goodwick and Fishguard. Goodwick, Fishguard. Okay, let's do Ceredigion, where we got Cardigan. We have New Quay, distinct from New Quay, which is without space. Okay, Aberystwyth, Aberaeron, I think. We got Tregaron, Lampeter. Let's see, these ones are really close to the border. Yeah, I forgot about a couple of them. Llanybither, we have here, that's in Carmarthenshire, and Newcastle Emlyn. And then, let's see, Llandusul. Okay, moving up to Powys. Can't zoom in, it's too big. We got Crick Howell Brecon, Talgarth or Talgath, Ystrad Lais. We have Prestine, Knighton. Oh yeah, and Hay on Y. We also have Bilf Wells, Flandrin Dodd Wells, Flanwr Wells. Really butchering this probably. Yes. Rhyada. Llanidloes. Llanidloes. Newtown or Newton, is it? Newtown? Then we have Montgomery and Welsh Pool. Llanfair, Caere, Union, said with a Finnish accent. Llanfilin. Llanfilin? No, I don't know. Machynlleth. Yeah. Okay, scroll up a bit. Let's do Wrexham, which has Wrexham. It also has Holt, Overton on D, and Chirk. Then in Flintshire, let's see. There's one of these I always forget. We have Saltney. We have Connors Key, Queen's Ferry. We have Shotton, Buckley, Mould. We have Bachil, something like that. Hollywell and Flint, Irwis. Then we have Abergele. Sorry, that's in Conwy, I think. In Denbighshire, we have Prestatyn, Rutlan. We have Saint Asaph, Ruthin, Corwin, and Denbigh, of course. And also Llangollen. Okay, let's do Gwynedd. I'm going to keep it zoomed out. We have do you say Tywin? I'm not sure what you say. Bala. We've got Barmouth and Dolgellau. Dolgellau, maybe. We've got Blaenau Festiniog. Harlech. Porthmadog. Can't say that one either. Rikieth. That one, and that's how you say that one. It's no disrespect, by the way. I have massive respect for anyone who can say that. Okay. Carnarvonshire. Not sure, just Carnarvon. I think I'm going to have to deal with my cat. One sec. Cat! Bethesda. We have the Menai Bridge. And Bangor. We have Amlwch. Beaumaris. Llangefni. And Holyhead. We've got Llanrwst and Llanfyfechen. Beaumaris. No, already that one, sorry. Penmaen Mawr. My girlfriend generously picked up the cat. Okay, let's see. Colwyn Bay. I can zoom in for the end bit. Penryn Bay. Llandudno and Llandudno Junction and Conwy. Okay, that's supposed to be every single city and town in Wales. So unless it's a village or smaller, I should have mentioned it. Okay, let's see what comes next, because I've kind of forgotten. Okay, we have the same thing for Ireland. Republic of Ireland is not part of this video, so I've pre-filled all of that, except the ones whose names overlap and can't be completed without doing something from Northern Ireland. So yeah, let's go. Every city and town in Northern Ireland. Let's start with, I don't know, County Antrim, Ballycastle, Ballymoney, Ballymena, Ballyclare. We have Randallstown, Antrim, Larne, Newton Abbey. Well, typing in Newton apparently completed Newton Ards. Newton Abbey, Carrickfergus, and there's some other Carrick in Republic of Ireland that was completed now. Belfast and Lisbon. Some people say Lisburn, some say Lisbon. I'm going to say Lisbon. We have County Down, and there's Donald, Hollywood, Bangor, Donaghadee, Comber, Carry Duff, Ballina Hinch, Down Patrick. We have Drawmore, Banbridge, and Newry. Warren Point and Kilkeel. Okay, then we have Lurgan and Portadown and what's that? Craigavon. Also, Armagh is there. Yes. Okay. Let's do Enniskillen. We got let's see, Dungannon and Cookstown, Coal Island, Omagh, Strabane. Finally, we have County Derry, where we've got Mahara Felt, we've got Derry, of course, Limavady, Coleraine, Port Stewart, and Portrush. And I think there's one. The reason it's not complete is there's something in the Republic of Ireland. Oh yeah, we have Carrickmacross. That's a little bonus. Anyway, that's every city and town of Northern Ireland completed. That seems to be it for cities and towns. Okay, so we're at least in the back half of this stuff. I'm going to reset the timer. We're now going to do the flags of the UK countries, and we have the crown dependencies and overseas territories. So, United Kingdom. I can't do any typos in this one actually, unless I want to. If I want a perfect score, I mean. Yes, it's a mouthful. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. British Virgin Islands is that one. Turks and Caicos Islands. By the way, if you're into flags, I do have a video specifically about flags. This is only UK related flags. Pitcairn Islands. The Bailiwick of Guernsey. We've got Tristan da Cunha, or maybe that's only for Guernsey, or both. Because Guernsey is also just an island that is contained within the Bailiwick of Guernsey, which also contains other islands. Anyway, Bermuda, British Antarctic Territory, Gibraltar, Wales, Cayman Islands, Isle of Man, England, the British Indian Ocean Territory, which has quite possibly the ugliest flag in the world. Then we got St. Helena, which I think is where Napoleon lived out his last days, was exiled. Falkland Islands, Montserrat, Scotland, Ascension Island, and Jersey. And that was it. Those were the flags of that. But we have some more flags. And it's kind of hard to find like a comprehensive list of flags for a particular category, such as ceremonial counties or historical counties and stuff, because I don't think they all have official flags. So what I've done is I've made my own quiz, which has all the subnational flags registered with the Flag Institute. So these are all official flags, but they can be historical counties or even old, I think, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms and stuff. So it's kind of an interesting mix, and I thought you might maybe enjoy it. So let's do this one. Cheshire, Westmoreland or Westmoreland, Huntingdonshire, Rutland, Essex, Devon, Berkshire, Anglesey, Caithness, Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, Bedfordshire, Merionethshire, Navanshire. We have Northumbria, Isle of Purbeck, East Riding of Yorkshire, Shropshire, Ulster, Orkney, Exmoor, Aberdeenshire, Hertfordshire, Cornwall, East Anglia. Ah, that's my bad. Sorry, it's East Lothian. Black Country, Cumberland, Monmouthshire, Berwickshire, Kirkcudbrightshire. Then we have Herefordshire, Sutherland, Barra, Tyree, sorry, cursor's in the way, Suffolk, Lancashire, Mercia, Leicestershire, Buckinghamshire, Hampshire, Surrey, West Riding of Yorkshire, South Uist, Shetland, Worcestershire, Cinque Ports, probably comes from French cinq for 5, like an old confederation consisting of 5 different ports, I think. Banffshire, Sussex, Glamorgan, Derbyshire, Murray, Dorset, Isles of Scilly, that must be Wessex. This is East Anglia, Warwickshire, Kent, Durham, Staffordshire, Pembrokeshire, Oxfordshire, Wiltshire, Skye. We've got North Riding of Yorkshire. Let's see. Okay. And Lincolnshire, Isle of Wight, Yorkshire, Flintshire. We got Northamptonshire, Northumberland, Gloucestershire, Somerset, Nottinghamshire, Herm, and Middlesex. So if you think some flags may be missing, it's just because they're not officially registered with the Flag Institute. Maybe they're in use and very familiar to many people. I don't know. But this was the one consistent way I could make a comprehensive flag quiz, so that's what I did. Okay, now we come to the towards the end, I guess. We do some more unusual things here. Like this quiz is on the UK's national parks and AONBs, which are areas of outstanding natural beauty. I think last year they were rebranded and are now known as national landscapes. In Scotland, they're known as national scenic areas. But anyway, the green ones are national parks, and the yellow ones are national landscape or national scenic areas, if we're talking about Scotland. So let's start with Northern Ireland, which is the only country here that does not have a national park. So we start with Sperrin. Let's see, Binnerverna, possibly. We have Causeway Coast, Antrim Coast and Glens. We've got Lagan, is it one? Lagan Valley, Strangford and Lical, and Ring of Gullion and Morn. By the way, Morn is also a name of like an area, and sometimes, and it's the same with Cornwall. Like Cornwall is a national landscape, but it doesn't cover all of Cornwall. It's just named after Cornwall, so it's usually not coterminous with the area they're located in. It's just named after it. If that wasn't obvious. Okay, then we got Anglesey, as you can see. Doesn't cover all of Anglesey, just called Anglesey. Then we've got Llyn, or Llyn, I guess. Clwydian Range. We got Gower, and then we've got 3 national parks. We've got the Brecon Beacons, Snowdonia, and Pembrokeshire Coast. Right. Moving on to Scotland, where there's a lot. We got Shetland, and then Hoy and Southwest Mainland. By the way, all the way out here, we have St. Kilda, which is an archipelago. I'll try not to click quite as much, get some more in view here. We got Kyle of Tongue, Northwest Sutherland. Then we have Assynt Coigach and Wester Ross, Dornoch Firth, Glen Strathfarrer, Glen Affric, Kintail, Knoydart, and Cullen Hills, Rottenish. Let's do the ones we can see. Loch Shiel, Mora, Moidert, and Ardnamurchan. It autofilled when I typed in Mora. We've got Ben Nevis and Glencoe. Then we got what else is there? Loch Tummel, Loch Ranach. Okay, let's move this a bit. And here we've got the Cairn Gorm Mountains and Deeside and Loch Nagar or Naga. River Erne from Comrie to St. Filins is the national landscape. And then we have River Tay in the Dunkeld area. Right, and down here we got Loch Lomond and the Trossachs and the Trossachs. So Loch Lomond and Trossachs separately are national landscape, and then we got the whole national park named after those two things. Anyway, let's move up here where we got South Lewis, Harris, and North Uist is a national scenic area, and South Uist Masher is the full name. And we have the small isles and Loch na Keal and the Isle of Mull. Here we've got the Lynn of Lorne. We have Scarba, Lunga, and the Garvalachs, I think. And we got Jura. We got Knapdale, Isles of Bute and North Arran. And finishing off Scotland with, let's just finish the national park itself, the Cairn Gorms. I probably mispronounced a lot of things here, so please do correct me. Up at Tweeddale, we have Eildon and Leatherfoot, Fleet Valley, East Stewartry Coast, and Nith Estuary. Nith is a river. Okay, let's do England. We have the national landscape called Northumberland, but there's also a Northumberland National Park. So they both got completed there. Solway Coast. We've got North Pennines. I probably don't need to be zoomed in for this, actually. We got the Lake District. Highly recommend. Was there a couple of weeks ago. We got Yorkshire Dales. North York Moors. Teak District. Oh, we can zoom in for some of these. Here are the, I think, villages. Are they even towns? Are they villages? Arnside and Silverdale. They have a national landscape named after them. Very nice area. Okay. Forest of Bowland, Nidderdale, and how do you say this? Is Howardian Hills. Okay. Lincolnshire Wolds. We got Norfolk Coast, Suffolk Coast, Broads National Park. It's branded Broads National Park, but apparently technically it doesn't have all the same, I don't know, legally it's not really a national park, but it kind of is. You can look it up if you're interested. Dedham Vale. Okay. Cannock Chase, Shropshire Hills. Lots of hills. So yeah, UK really isn't flat, as apparently some people think. Wye Valley, Malvern Hills, Cotswolds, Chilterns, and there we have the North Wessex Downs. Down here in Kent, we have Kent Downs, we have High Weald, Surrey Hills, more hills, South Downs, we have Chichester Harbour, Isle of Wight has a national landscape named after it, and New Forest, we've got Dorset and Blackdown Hills. Oh yeah, this is a long one. Cranbourne, Chase, and West Wiltshire Downs. Cranbourne, Chase should be enough to complete it. Yeah. Mendip Hills. More hills. Quantock Hills. What else? We've got East Devon, South Devon, North Devon Coast, Exmoor, Dartmoor, National Parks, Cornwall, and oh yeah, Tamar Valley after River Tamar. I say Tamar. Is it Tamar? Tamar? And last but not least, maybe it is least. Probably not quite, but still, Isles of Scilly. So those were all the national parks and national landscape and national scenic areas of the UK. Okay, let's move on to rivers now. So, um, defining rivers and their lengths and names is always a bit tricky. It's not always clear where a river begins, and sometimes also the naming conventions are so. It's just sometimes they kind of change names throughout the course and so on. So if you don't find the river you think you want here, I don't know, it might just be called something else in this particular instance. Anyway, but only 20 plus mile rivers here. Let's start with Northern Ireland again. We have River Bush, Main, um, Coil, also Lagan and Ban, which flow through Loch Ney and is often Loch Ney is often added to its length. If it's not, it's considerably shorter because Loch Ney is huge. Moyola. We got Roe and is that Forgan or Forhan? Foyle and Nid, not Nid, sorry. Nid is in England. I meant Finn. Claire Nelly. Owen Blue. Morn and Derg. Then we got Blackwater and Erne. And that was Northern Ireland. Let's do Wales. We have Conwy, Clwyd, D. And then we got Dyfy and Ystwyth, hence Aberystwyth, the town. Hayfy, Tywey, and Tor, but there's a Tor without the E in England. But then we got the Tor. I don't know if you say Tor, but that's what I say. We have Taff and Usk and Rimini. Then we got the River Wye, which also flows into England. Wye, Mono and Lug. Then, yeah, let's do River Severn as well. Severn, longest river in the UK. Sol Warp. If I type in Lee, that's going to light up a river in England. I believe it's there. Lee. Yeah. But here we have Leadon or Leaden. I don't even know. Stour and Avon. There's like 4 Avons in this quiz alone. There's even more. Team. Oni and Clun. Vernwy. Perry and Turn. Yeah, that's it for Wales. Let's move up to Scotland, all the way up to Thurso, Oikel, Nairn, and Find Horn. Lossy, Spey, Nairn. I'm just kind of guessing these pronunciations. I actually don't know how to say these, as if I've known the others. But anyway, Deveron, Ithin. Could that be Don and North Esk? South Esk, Hay, is that Isla or Isla? Lion, Tommel and Erne. Also have lakes named after them, most of those. Okay. River Forth, Ormond, Clyde, Kelvin, Garnock, and hello, Urban. We have Air, Stinker, Cree, and Nith, Annan, and no, I did Cree. Is it I'm going to pronounce it like that. Anyway, we got River Tyne. There's also one, as you can see, in England, hence Tyne and Weir. Then we got we just did Tyne. Then we got the River Tweed and Teviot, perhaps, and then we got Eyewater. All right, we only have England left, which is almost half of them still. Cockay. We got the River Tees and Weir. Eden, Ellen, Kent, Loon, Wyre, Ribble, Hodder. Lancashire has districts named after this, like Ribble Valley in South Ribble, I think. Then we got Humber and Derwent. Oh yeah, Esk, Swale, and I accidentally did Nid earlier. Wharf. Ouse, which flows through York. We have Calder. And yes, we got... Oh, what, that one again? Dearne is down there. That's Air. Then we got the River Mersey. Hence Merseyside. We got Mersey. Goit. Gowie. I don't know these. Weaver. Bollin, Irwell, and Tame. There's another Tame down here, for example. Let's do the River Trent. Idle, Erewash. Dove. Saw. And let's do Witham, Welland, and Neen or Nen. And then this was the Great Ooze. We also have Kim, and Cam, and Oozle. That's how I'm going to say them anyway. Wensum, Yar, hence Great Yarmouth, and Waveney. Right. What else? That one, I don't know how to say it. I think it's named after a town like Aldborough, but it's Alde, so I don't know how to say it. We got Devon. I think that's Stour, and then we got Colne and Chelmer. Need to zoom out and in for this. River Thames, second longest river in the UK. River Thames, Roding, and that's Lee. That was autofilled. Stort, Cherwell, Even Load, and Windrush. Hennet, Loddon, Way, Mole. Hence Mole Valley, the district in Surrey, I think. We've got Froome, as you can see. There was 3 there immediately. We've got Nada. Then we got Axe, Brew, Parrot, and Tone. We got Otter and X. I would guess that's why the city here is called Exeter. We got Dart and Teen, Plim, Tamar, and that was Tor that was filled in earlier, and then Torridge and Lou, I guess, and Camel and Foul, hence Falmouth. Right, then we also have Test, Itchen, and Meon, Aaron, Ada, Medway, and Rother. And those should be all the 20+ mile rivers in England, give or take a few depending on how you define a river. And maybe some of the names I should have given it a couple names, because many of these have several names, but well, it is what it is now. Right, let's move on to more nature stuff. Couldn't find one big comprehensive quiz for all biggest lakes in the UK, but I bet most of them are still in Scotland. So we're doing Scotland now. And we're going to start with the elephant in the room. There's Loch Ness. It's that one. Let's do a couple in Orkney, actually. We've got Stennis and Harry. And then in the Outer Hebrides, we've got Langavad, I think you say it, something like that. And B, sorry, B was over here. We've got I'm not going to say Loch because that's pretty much everything is Loch something. So I'm just going to say Nanclar. Hope, Loyal, Shin, and Nather. And here we have Sint, Shona, Skeg. This is actually Fionn Loch, so flipped. And Marie, Glas Carnuch, Banich, and Luichert. Probably saying all of these wrong, as usual. We've got Mona and Muladoch. We have Clooney, Loin, and Clooney, Loin, and I can't think of that one. Is it Gary? Yeah, there's so many Garys in the UK for some reason. There's In the Gary, and I can't think of any more now, but still. Is that Coich? We've got Archaig. We've got Lochy, Mora, Shiel. Yeah, these almost look like lochs, but they're not quite. Then we got Duntel Egg and Treg, Lagan, and Ericht. Let's see. I think we can move on here. We've got the Blackwater Reservoir, Loch Ramach, Loch Tummel, Loch Tay, and Erne. Have rivers as well that are named that. Then we've got Loch Lomond and Loch Katrine. I feel like there's one I've missed here. Yes, we got Loch Orr. And then we got Loch Leven. And down here, we've got Ken and Doon. Right. That was that. And I threw in a little top 16 Lake District lakes because, well, I've been to the Lake District. I thought it would be fun. And also, otherwise, we'd only see Scottish lochs. Again, honourable mention in Northern Ireland, we have Loch Ness, which is very big. But okay. So here, Windermere. Mere means lake, so you don't need to say Lake Windermere. It's just Windermere. Esthwaite Water. They're usually called water. Coniston Water. Devick Water. Westwater. I've walked around Westwater. Oh, sorry. That was Westwater. I meant Rydal Water, which I walked around, and then ended up in Grasmere, which is known for its gingerbread. We've got Ennerdale Water, of course. Lowes Water. Crummock Water. And Buttermere. Bassynth Waite Lake. And Thurl. Is that Thirlmere? No, because that's Derwent Water. Thirlmere was down there. Ulls Water and Hawes Water. So that was a fun little quiz. Top 16 lakes of the Lake District. Right, so we come to the final one. And it's pretty huge. So I'm going to have a couple of sips of water before we get into this one. By the way, I do realize that this is not what a geographer does. A geographer does not memorize tube maps. I haven't said that I only do geography stuff. I just thought this is also fun. This is not really geography. But I wanted to do it anyway, so I will. And I'm starting it now. We're going to start with the Elizabeth line, which was opened really recently. Actually, was it in 2022 or something? Reading, Wyford, Maidenhead, Taplow, and Burnham. Then we have Slough, Langley, Ivor. Let's see if I can get these zooms correct. West Drayton. We've got Hayes and Harlington, but we mustn't forget about the Heathrow stations down here. One station for terminals 2 and 3, one for 4, and one for 5. When I type in Heathrow, they all get filled in. So here then we come to, what is here actually? Southall and Hanwell. Excuse me. West Ealing. Ealing Broadway. We have Acton Main Line. Continuing on here. Oh, by the way, it doesn't actually go north like this. It goes way to the west, all the way to Reading, the Elizabeth line. But they had to do it like this to fit it on the map. So then we come to Addington, Bond Street, Tottenham Court Road. I think there are some abbreviations you can use, like RD for road, JCN for junction and stuff. So I'll probably do that. With Farringdon, Liverpool Street, Whitechapel. Then we get a little branch. If we go down here, we get, that's Canary Wharf. We have Custom House. On the DLR, I think it's branded Custom House for Excel. I'm not sure if they have the same branding on the Elizabeth line. Okay, Woolwich and Abbey Wood. Let's see, can we fit all of it here as well? Yeah, we have Stratford, Maryland. We got Forest Gate, Manor Park, Ilford, Seven Kings, Good Maze, Chadwell Heath, Romford, Gidea Park, Harold Wood, Brentwood, and Shenfield. Cool. That was the Elizabeth line. If I haven't missed it. No, I think I'm good. Right, let's can't even speak anymore. Let's do Tramlink or London Trams. I'm not quite sure which of those words to use, but I think both are acceptable. We have Wimbledon, Dundonald Road, Merton Park, and then we have Morden Road. Typing in Morden activates Morden on the Northern Line. Ironically, the Northern Line, because Morden is the southernmost station, I think, of the entire London Underground. Morden Road, Phipps Bridge, Belgrave Walk. We got Mitcham and Mitcham Junction. Then we got Beddington Lane. Let's see if I can get these pronunciations right. I haven't practiced these actually because this quiz is very new. They added the entire London Tube map instead of just the Underground map, which I was delighted with. Therapia Lane. We've got Ampere Way. Bodden Marsh and Wandle Park, Reeves Corner, Central. This has an E at the end, so I don't know if it's Central or Central. I'm going to say Central. West Croydon, Wellesley Road. We've got East Croydon, George Street and Church Street. Right, we got Lebanon Road and Sandylands. Move down here. Actually, we can probably fit all of it in. Yes, we can. Okay, let's go down. Lloyd Park, Coombe Lane, Gravel Hill. No. Hello? Oh, sorry. Addington Village. Fieldway, King Henry's Drive, and New Addington. I don't know how to say this. Is it Addiscombe or Addicum? And then we have Black Horse Lane and Woodside Arena, Elmer's End, Harrington Road. Is this, do you say Birkbeck or is it Burbeck or something? Is the case silent? I don't know. Avenue Road, Beckenham Road and Beckenham Junction. That was Tramlink or London Trams. Then let's do Thameslink. And all of Thameslink does not fit on the London Tube map. Because it goes all the way up to like, what does it do? Luton, Bedford. Doesn't it go all the way down to Brighton or something? So yeah, great service though. Also going through central London. Anyway, on this map, we can start here with Elstree and Boreham Wood, Mill Hill, Broadway, Hendon, Cricklewood. We can, okay, when I type in West Ham is activated, and West Hampstead. But what I wanted to type was West Hampstead Thameslink, which you can see down there. Then we got Kentish Town. Before I go down, let's do this little branch. We've got New Barnet, Oakley Park, and New Southgate. Then we got Finsbury Park. And yeah, then we move down to some more familiar areas, I guess. And I suppose that would be King's Cross, St. Pancras International, Farringdon, and City Thameslink. Not St. Paul's. St. Paul's is a separate stop. By the way, this symbol, I think, means that there's like a less than 10-minute walk between them, but they're not the same station. If there's an actual connection, you will see these thick ones. Okay, I still have my voice, which is good. This one is Blackfriars. We've got London Bridge, Elephant, Elephant, and Castle down there. Yeah. Can we fit the entire Wimbledon loop in here again? Let's try. Yes. Let's do it. So we can do Loughborough Junction, Herne Hill, Tulse Hill. Is this like Streatham? Streatham? I don't know. Streatham? Tooting. Hayden's Road, Wimbledon, Wimbledon Chase. We got South Merton, South Morden, St. Helier. Then we got Sutton Common, but when I type in Sutton, Sutton's going to appear. Sutton Common, West Sutton, Carshalton, Hack Bridge. I always want to think, I think it's like Cars Halton, as in cars are stopping, but no, Carshalton, I think. We got Mitcham East Fields, and that's that little part of Thameslink. We move on, going east from Elephant and Castle to Denmark Hill, Peckham Rye, is it Nunned or Nunhead? Going down again. Crofton Park, Hertford, Bellingham, Beckenham Hill, Ravensbourne, Shortlands. Let's move all the way out here to complete this little branch. Shortlands. Bromley South, Bickley, St. Mary Cray, Swanley. And then we got Petts Wood and Orpington. Cool. Right. London Bridge. I'm just trying to zoom in at an appropriate place. Deptford. Woolwich Arsenal. Sorry, that's over there. I meant Greenwich. So many witches. Maze Hill. Westcombe Park. Charlton. Then we have Woolwich Arsenal. Then we have the little Plumstead. Abbey Wood again. Slade Green and Dartford. Okay, do we have any more branches? Yes, we got this southern one. So let's see if we can fit them all into view here. Yes, Norwood Junction, East Croydon, South Croydon. We got Purley and I've heard it said Colston South or Coulston South. I'm sure they're both all right. Anyway, that was Thameslink. Let's do the London Overground. And I've heard that there's like a £6 million project to rename these lines to make it a bit clearer. And that some names are a bit controversial, like the Windrush line, for example. But we're going to start with the Lioness line. Starts at, Watford is on the Metropolitan line, but Watford Junction. We have Watford High Street. Bushy, not to be confused with the other Bushy in London without the E. We have Carpenter's Park, Hatch End, Headstone Lane, Harrow and Wildstone, Kenton, South Kenton, North Wembley, Wembley Central. Let's move down a bit. Yes, that's good. Stonebridge Park, Harlesden, Willesden Junction, Queen's Park. Oh, sorry, Kensal Green. Right, and then we continue on with Kilburn High Road, but first we have Kilburn High Road. Then we got South Hampstead. And over here, we got Euston. Right. I think this is going to be like a golden color. And I think all of these changes will happen this autumn. Right. Right. We got the Mildmay line, which I think is going to be blue. Richmond, Kew Gardens, Gunnersbury. South Acton, Acton Central. That was that branch. Let's go down here. Yeah. Shepherd's Bush, Kensington Olympia, West Brompton. We've got Imperial Wharf, and lastly, well, for this branch, Clapham Junction. but it continues. It continues with Kensal Rise. We've got Bronsbury. Brunsbury Park comes first, but can't type that without typing Bronsbury as well. Okay, we got West Hampstead. We've got Finchley Road is on Metropolitan and Jubilee, but we also have Finchley Road and Frognall. And we got, no, Hampstead. Yes, we have another Hampstead, but there's a Hampstead Heath, Gospel Oak, Kentish Town West, and Camden Road, as opposed to Camden Town on the Northern Line. Right, then we have Caledonian Road on the Piccadilly line, but we have Caledonian Road and Barnsbury, Highbury and Islington. We have Canonbury. Then we've got Dalston Kingsland. No, it's not the little village in Cumbria, Dalston. This is the Dalston in London. We've got Norwood Central. Sorry, Hackney Central. I've actually been to the other Dalston 3 times, weirdly enough. But I imagine this Dalston is more familiar to most people. Homerton, we got Hackney Wick. And then Stratford, which we've already done. That was the Mildmay line. Let's do the suffragette line, which I think it's this one, and I think it'll be like green, some kind of green. If I remember correctly. Upper Holloway, we've got Crouch Hill, and Haringey Green Lanes. Then moving here, we got South Tottenham, Black Horse Road, Waltham's Toe Queen's Road. Why can't I type? Queen's Road. Then we got a bunch of name overlaps. We got Leighton on the central line, but I want Leighton Midland Road. Same with Leighton Stone. It's on the central line, but I want Leighton Stone High Road. And once again, we got, there's a Wanstead on the central line, but I want Wanstead, was it Park? Yes. And then Woodgrange Park. And finally, for the suffragette line, we've got Barking and Barking Riverside. That's cool. Okay, and let's move on to the controversially named Windrush line. Windrush line. So yeah, started here, Highbury and Islington, Canonbury. Let's do Hoxton. Sorry, forgot about Dalston Junction. Haggerston, Hoxton, Shoreditch, High Street, Whitechapel. Boy, that must be Shadwell. We got Wapping. And after Wapping comes Rotherhithe. We've got Canada Water, Surrey Quays, New Cross Gate. We've got Brockley, Honor Oak Park, Forest Hill, such a generic name. We come down to whatever this is, Sydenham perhaps, yes. Heng West, Annerley, Crystal Palace. But we can also continue this way, where we have Queen's Road, Peckham Right, Denmark Hill, and let's finish this branch off with Clapham High Street and Wandsworth Road, and then Clapham Junction. I don't think I missed anything. No. Right, that was the Windrush line. We then have the Weaver line, which is going to be like a maroon color. The Windrush line is going to be red. We've got Cheshunt, and I don't know how to say this one. Is it just Theobald's Grove? Turkey Street? No, this is Southbury. Silver Street comes later. Enfield Town, Bush Hill Park. Then we got Edmonton Green, Silver Street, White Hart Lane, and Bruce Grove. And that one is Seven Sisters. Coolio. Then we have Stamford Hill, Stoke Newington, and Rectory Road. We can do Hackney Downs real quick. Then do this branch where we've got Chingford. And always struggle with this one. We got a St. James Street. Oh no, that's down there. Wood Street is that one. And oh yeah, Hyams Park. Thank goodness. Walthamstow Central comes next. We've got St. James Street and Clapton. For some reason that branch always hecks me up. Okay, London. No. Fields. Cambridge Heath. And then Bethnal Green shares its name with a station on the Central Line, but they're different stations. Then we've got Liverpool Street, I think. Or is it Moorgate? I think it's Liverpool Street. Okay, that was actually the Weaver line. So we can now do... I haven't missed anything, have I? No. All right, and then we do the quite small Liberty line. Romford, Emerson Park, and Upminster. Okay, then we only have the Underground left. I'm going to... I guess DLR isn't technically part of the Underground, but it's... I'm going to treat it as such for this. But yeah, I'm going to start with ascending. So let's start with the line with the few stations, the Waterloo and City line. Is it Waterloo and City or Waterloo and Bank? Anyway, Waterloo and Bank are the only two stations on it. We got the Victoria line, whoops, with 16 stations, I believe. Brixton, Stockwell, and Vauxhall. Pimlico. Yeah, it continues on to... no. Victoria, Green Park, Oxford Street. No, sorry. Oxford Circus. Warren Street. We've got Euston. King's Cross, St. Pancras International. We've got a little Highbury and Islington, Finsbury Park, Seven Sisters, Tottenham Hale, Black Horse Road, and Walthamstow Central. A lot of overlap with the previous lines there. But then we come to the Bakerloo line with its 25 stations, I think. Elephant and Castle's already been completed. We got Lambeth, no, not south, but north. Waterloo, Embankment, Charing Cross, Piccadilly Circus, Oxford Circus, and then let's move here. We can move it a bit further even. We've got Regent's Park, Marylebone. I've heard of Marylebone. Both are probably fine. Edgware is on the Northern Line, but Edgware Road is here. We got Paddington, already completed. Warwick Avenue, Maida Vale. Let's see, we got Kilburn Park, and then Queen's Park, Kensal Green, Wilson Junction, Harleston, Stonebridge Park, Wembley Central, North Wembley, South Kenton, Kenton, Harrow, and Wealdstone. We then come to the Jubilee line. We can start up here, 27 stations, I think, and we start with Stanmore. We've got Cannons Park, Queensbury, Kingsbury, Wembley Park. We've got Neasden, Dollis Hill, Willesden Green, Kilburn, West Hampstead, Finchley Road, and just Hampstead. Yeah, I completed that one too. Okay, what else? There's a Swiss Cottage, St. John's Wood, Baker Street, Bond Street, Green Park. That should be Westminster, Waterloo, and Southwark. We've got London Bridge and Bermondsey, Canada Water, and Canary Wharf, North Greenwich. And then finally we come to that should be Canning Town, West Ham, and Stratford. So that was Jubilee line. Then we have the, I think it's called the Hammersmith and City line with 29 stations, possibly. We can start up here with Barking. We got East Ham, Upton Park, and Plaistow. West Ham, Bromley by Bow, whatever that is. Hello? Why can't I think of that all of a sudden? No, wait. Okay, we got Mile End over there. That no, Poplar's down there. What is this weird brain fart? Bow Road. Yes. There's also Boat Church, but that's on the DLR, so it's not the same station. Mile End, Bromley by Bow. Yeah, then we come to Stepney Green and Whitechapel. Ooh, weird little blip in my brain there. Anyway, Whitechapel, Aldgate. Yes, Aldgates also exist, but I'm looking for Aldgate East. Moorgate. Liverpool Street, Barbican, Farringdon, King's Cross, St Pancras International, Euston Square. Moving along to Great Portland Street, Baker Street, Edgware Road, Paddington, Royal Oak, Westbourne Park. Westbourne Park. And then Ladbroke Grove, Latimer Road, Wood Lane, Gold Hawk Road, and oh, I forgot about Shepherd's Bush Market, and then, of course, it terminates at Hammersmith. Right. Okay, let's do, I think, Metropolitan Line. I think it has 34 stations, and we've already done, like, most of them. Aldgate, Liverpool Street, Moorgate, Barbican, Farringdon, and St Pancras, whatever, Euston Square, Great Portland Street, Baker Street, Finchley Road, and Wembley Park. But then we come up here to Preston Road and Northwick Park. We've got Harrow on the Hill, West Harrow. We can probably show all of them at the same time. Let's do this branch first, Rayners Lane. And this one, I'm never sure if it's Eastcote or Eastcote, but there it is. We have Ruislip Manor. But yeah, I have to type in Ruislip first. We got Ickenham, Hillingdon, and Uxbridge. Then we got North Harrow, Pinner, Northwood, and Northwood Hills. And I think this is when we enter, let's see, would that be Hertfordshire? So we got Moor Park, Croxley, Watford, Rickmansworth, and Chorleywood. And I think now we're entering Buckinghamshire, when we have Chalfont and Latimer, Chesham, and Amersham. That's the Metropolitan Line. Next comes Central Line, which I think has 36 stations. We can start with Hammersmith, Goldlock Road, Shepherd's Bush Market, Wood Lane, Latimer Road, Ladbroke Grove, Westbourne Park, Royal Oak, Paddington, Edgware Road, Baker Street, Great Portland Street, Euston Square, King's Cross, St Pancras International, Farringdon, Barbican, Moorgate, Liverpool Street, Aldgate, and finally we come to something new, which is Tower Hill. We got Monument, Cannon Street and Mansion House, Blackfriars Temple, Embankment, Westminster. What comes next? Could that be St James's Park? And Victoria and Sloane Square, South Kensington, Gloucester Road, High Street, Kensington, Notting Hill Gate, Bayswater, and then we got Paddington and Edgware Road, and that's the Circle Line. I don't think I missed anything there. Okay, and the next up, not technically part of the London Underground, but we're going to do it anyway, is the DLR, or Docklands Light Railway, I believe. The self-driving things. We've got bank up there, but then we got Tower Gateway, which I often forget. Shadwell, Limehouse, Westbury. Actually, let's move up to Stratford and do these. Stratford International, Stratford High Street, Abbey Road, Bow Church. We've got Pudding Mill Lane. Moving down. Let's do these as well. We've got Langdon Park, Devon's Road, All Saints, Star Lane. Then we have West India Quay and Blackwall. Sorry, I meant Blackwall and East India. West India Quay comes down there with Canary Wharf. So yeah, let's actually do that branch now then. Can we fit it all in? We can. Wait, can we? Yes, that was Canary Wharf. Okay, cool. Sorry, too many clicks. Then we got Heron Keys, South Quay, Cross Harbour, Mud Chute, Island Gardens, Cutty Sark for Maritime Greenwich, Greenwich, Deptford Bridge, Elverson Road, and I think we then have Lewisham. Also name of a London borough. Well, there are many such stations. Okay, can we fit all of this in? Yes, easily. Then we have Royal Victoria, Custom House for Excel again, Prince Regent, Royal Albert. We've got Beckton Park, but Beckton will be completed first. Beckton Park, Cyprus, Galleon's Reach. Here we have West Silvertown, Pontoon Dock. What else? We got London City Airport. And King George V, and then Woolwich Arsenal. And that's it for the DLR, I believe. Yeah. All right, so next up then would be the Central Line, which I think has 49 stations. We can start up here with the West Ruislip, Ruislip Gardens, South Ruislip, North Northolt, Greenford. We click here somewhere, something like that. Perivale, Hanger Lane, Ealing Broadway. We've got West Acton, North Acton, and East Acton. Then we've got White City, also known as Minas Tirith, if you're a nerd. White City, Shepherd's Bush, Holland Park, Queen's Way, Lancaster Gate, Marble Arch, Bond Street, Tottenham Court Road. What comes next? That would be Holborn, Chancery Lane and St. Paul, Bank, I guess Liverpool Street and Bethnal Green. Then we come to Stratford, Leighton, Leytonstone, Wanstead. Can we fit the rest into view? We can. Let's just do Snares Brook, South Woodford and Woodford. We can do Wanstead, Red Bridge and Gants Hill, Newbury Park, Barking Side, Fairlop, Hainault, Grange Hill, Chigwell, Roding Valley, Buckhurst Hill. Loughton. We got Debden, Baden Boyce, Epping. I think that was all of the Central Line. Yeah. And so next up is the Northern Line. Can we fit all of that in? Well, not all of the line, but these branches. So up here is Edgware. Yeah. Let's just do this. Burnt Oak, Colindale, Hendon Central, Brent Cross, Parsons Green, Hampstead, Belsize Park, and down here comes Chalk Farm. Chalk Farm. Let's just do Camden Town and Mornington Crescent. Then up here we've got High Barnet, Otteridge, and Whetstone. Woodside Park, West Finchley, Finchley Central, East Finchley, Mill Hill East, Highgate Archway, Tufnell Park, Kentish Town. Moving down. How much can we fit into view? Mornington Crescent there. Euston, we can do Warren Street, Gudge Street, Tottenham Court Road. We've got Leicester Square and Charing Cross. And this way we've got Angel, Old Street. Gosh, is that actually Moorgate or Liverpool Street? I'm not sure. Either way, we come to Bank and London Bridge. We've got Borough, Elephant and Castle, Kennington, and Oval. And up here we had Charing Cross, Embankment, Waterloo, Kennington again. Yeah. And this is the newest extension of the Underground. We've got 9 Elms and Battersea Power Station. Oh, by the way, there was a station that was omitted from the... Was it London Overground or Thameslink? Can't remember exactly, but yes, if you did notice that there's a station missing, you are correct. This quiz is quite new, so it'll probably be added in some update. Can't remember exactly now which one was missing, but forgot to mention it when we were doing those lines. Anyway, continue on. We have Clapham North, Clapham Common, and Clapham South. Then we have, of course, Balham and Tooting Beck, Tooting Broadway. Let's go down all the way to Colliers Wood and South Wimbledon, and then Morden, which was already completed. Okay, so that's cool. That's the Northern Line, and I think that's all of it. Yep. Then we only have 2 lines left, and we've got the Piccadilly line and District line. So with the... Oh yeah, we also have the cable cars, which have 2 stations, so I guess we'll do them last. But yes, we come to everyone's favourite station, Cockfosters. We've got Oakwood, Southgate, Arna's Grove, Bounds Green, Wood Green, Turnpike Lane, Manor House, Finsbury Park, Arsenal, Holloway Road, Caledonian Road, King's Cross, St Pancras, blah de blah. We got Warren. Sorry, is it not? No, sorry, Russell Square, Holborn, Covent Garden, Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, Green Park. We got Hyde Park Corner, Knight's Bridge, South Kensington, Gloucester Road. And then we have Earl's Court, Baron's Court, Hammersmith, Turnham Green. Let's see, Acton Town, Ealing Common. Actually, let's do the Heathrow branch before we go up there. We already have the Heathrows from the Elizabeth line, but we can do South Ealing, North Fields, Boston Manor, Osterley, Hounslow East, Hounslow Central, and Hounslow West, Hatton Cross, and then all the Heathrow stations, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Then we can move upwards. We've got Ealing Common there. We actually have North Ealing, Park Royal, Alperton, Sudbury Town, Sudbury Hill. And finishing off this branch with South Harrow, Rayners Lane, Eastcote, Ruislip Manor, Ruislip, Ickenham, Hillingdon, Uxbridge. Was that the entire Piccadilly line? Yes, it was. That leaves us with... I feel like, have I missed something somewhere? Maybe. Probably. There's too much. So anyway, let's do the district line and get this over and done with. Ealing Broadway, Ealing Common, Acton Town. Yes. Chiswick Park. We got Turnham Green. We've got Stamford Brook, Ravens Court Park, Hammersmith Barons Court, and West Kensington, Kensington Olympia. Let's do the southern branch. We also had Earl's Court, and then it goes up there with High Street, Kensington, Notting Hill Gate, Bayswater, Paddington, Edgware Road. But down here we have West Brompton, Fulham Broadway. Oh, I accidentally did Parsons Green already. I probably meant Golders Green, which should be up here. Yeah. Golders Green, so that's good. Done that. So that means we then have Putney Bridge, East Putney, Southfields, Wimbledon Park, and then Wimbledon. Okay, continuing on. Gloucester Road, South Kensington, Sloane Square, Victoria, St James's Park, Westminster, Embankment, Temple, Blackfriars, Mansion House, Cannon Street, Monument Tower Hill, Aldgate East, Whitechapel, Stepney Green, Mile and Bow Road, Bromley by Bow, West Ham Plaster, Upton Park, East Ham Barking. Okay, let's finish this up with no, already done Upton Park. Sorry, that would be Upney, Becontree, Dagenham Heathway, Dagenham East. Then we got Elm Park, Hornchurch, Upminster Bridge, and finally we've got the two little cable car stations. I think it's called the IFS Cloud, Greenwich Peninsula, and IFS Cloud Royal Docks. And that's it. That's the entire London tube map. So yeah, that's useful to have in your head instead of looking at a map like a normal person. But yeah, that was it. That's all I have for you today. And it actually took a lot of effort to prepare all those quizzes, and I'm glad nothing disastrous happened. So yes, there's been a bit of a hiatus since my last video, and whatever. I think I'll probably do something within 6 months this time. But if you enjoyed, you know what to do. There's like functionality to be notified when I upload something again. And yeah, see you next time, I guess. I'm exhausted, so goodbye.